Rain, check. Midges, double check. Rough track, triple check. It must be Fort William. Welcome to Cathro Vision. For those of you that don't know, Cathro Vision is a daily video series looking at all the behind the scenes action and technical analysis from the World Cups. So what's happened since Maribor? Well, the Specialized team have been in Fort William the past week and a bit with Fana Isles and Loic Bruni experimenting, running 29-inch wheels front and back on their bikes. I'm going to catch up with them later and see what they found out in their testing. I guess the biggest news since Maribor is all surrounding Aaron Gwyn. He had a little bit of an accident while racing in America and actually tweaked his ankle really badly. He says it's okay, he's going to be able to race. It'll be interesting to see if it holds him back or not. But that wasn't it for Aaron Gwyn. When they flew into Scotland, they were staying in Edinburgh for the night. Van was parked up outside the hotel. They came down, the windows were all smashed in, and his large M29 Intense race bike was stolen. Rumours are flying about that maybe his ankle is worse than suspected, so they stole their own bike for an excuse so he didn't have to race. But they actually have loads of bikes, so that rumour is false. Interestingly enough, the stolen bike was actually posted for sale on Gumtree the next day. We don't know if it was a joke posting or not, but it could be that the thief was just a bit of an idiot and has actually just got himself caught. Don't know if he'll get his bike back in time, but I'm sure they've got other ones he can use. In other rider news, I was interested to see if Miriam Nicole will be back on a bike yet, but it looks like she still has a lot of resting and rehab to do on her broken ankle, which she sustained earlier in the year. She won't be racing here or in Leogang. British rider Matt Walker, who scored his first ever World Cup podium in Maribor at the first round, is sadly not going to be able to race at this round. He was at the British race at Fort William, and going on rider reports, he had a bad crash, flew through the air, hit a tree sideways on his ribs, and he winded himself so badly that he actually passed out on track. People were saying that he was going funny colours, he took off his helmet and suddenly he just took a big gasp of air. Really scary crash for him. Think he's cracked a few ribs. I don't think he's going to be racing. They've not publicly said anything, but I'll be very surprised if he's on a bike. And finally, a little bit of a local story. Michaela Parton, who is local girl, she's actually sponsored by the venue here, is going to be doing her first home World Cup at Fort William. We'll try and catch up with her this weekend, and I'm looking forward to see if she pulls out a good one at this home race. So that's enough talk. Let's go for the biggest track walk in the world. It's a monster. I'm going to be ruined by the end of it. It takes about 4 hours, but yeah, let's jump up on track. Let's hope it doesn't rain. So yeah, here we are, top of track. Nothing major has changed, so I'm not going to show you this in any great detail, but you're liking the umbrella setup. Hands free for the boys. So this is actually perfect conditions for the top section of this track. It's made out of this really sandy, gritty, almost like limestone powder material, and when it's dry, it is so loose. So when it rains, it goes like concrete and it is so grippy. It is amazing. So yeah, this top section, if it's raining, we are good to go. But let's just go down to the rocks and check that out.
I like that inside.
I feel like this here you can kind of come out and get a free hop into there.
I've always done this outside every year I've ever been here.
Yeah, same with me.
For the BDS I started going inside and I thought it was good.
Far away.
When you're looking at stuff like this,
yeah,
do you pick any like features to aim for, like rocks or things, like targets, or do you just go for it?
Well, I try to, but I mean a section like this can always split you in different lines, but I just normally I don't know, just monster truck through it.
Like, do you follow like a shape rather than looking for anything in particular? Like, you know you need to get wide, so you
head
that way.
Yeah, for sure. Something like this is definitely important for setting up, because you obviously want to carry good speed for this next whole section. So I think it's super important, like finding the right line in here and carrying good speed out.
We're not going to be able to see much today, as you can tell. The rain is proper coming down. It's minging. My camera's not waterproof, but tell you what is waterproof, these rocks. These things are beautiful in the wet. They're like sandpaper. The rain cleans them off. They are nice and grippy, but there is a lot of them. So line choice, I wouldn't say it's crucial, but it definitely helps. Tell you what, let's have a chat with the local man George and see what he reckons to the line choice up here. That was a good segue there, that. So George, man.
Hello.
You have ridden here at least 17 times.
I've ridden here since 2009 when I was a wee little ripper. So.
Do you feel like your lines have changed at all since then?
No. Some rocks come out each year, some holes develop in slightly different places, but more or less it's the same. I'll break it down because it's so long.
Yeah.
If you go at the start gate racing down at the bottom, you think you're never going to make it. So I always end up getting to the end of the boardwalks and think, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of breath. So I sort of race to the end of the boardwalks and then I'll try and make it to the deer gate, and then from there you kind of hang on a bit down to the woods, get through the woods, and then once you're there, you're alright.
You're alright.
You can make it.
You're pretty much there. Do you prefer this track in the wet or dry?
Probably wet. The motorway's a little bit slower. Like the bottom's a bit sticky sometimes. But in the wet, you can relax a lot more. Yeah. You're not having a fear for your life. Your front wheel's slipping over the top of a berm or something.
You're going the wrong way.
No, man. I know. I'm trying to get up to the top here. Marley, come on. Come on, quick. It's all right. I've just walked to the. Come on. It's all right, thanks. It's all right. It's called Marley. Get on from Manchester, Marley.
One of the things that's hard to appreciate when you see pro riders skimming over all this is just how rough it is. Look at the state of these rocks. This is one rough track.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Cathro.
Yeah?
Yes, this would be a very nice place for the ghost. Hey guys.
You prefer this track in the dry or the wet?
I prefer it in the wet.
Yeah, man?
The only thing I don't like when it's wet is the rain, because you can't see.
But the track?
But the track is actually really nice. It depends where they go through the woods, but I'm going to say at least 90% of the track's really nice.
Wet or dry track? What's your preference? Here?
Here?
Yeah.
When are you going racing? You doing a race? It's still pretty sketchy in the full dry, like if it's dusty.
Yeah.
But the weather's nicer, so I go for full dry.
Yeah, full dry.
Definitely.
And Hucker around.
So what we're just talking about, I don't know. I've never seen anyone go around, so we'll try it.
Yeah?
Try go around, yeah.
Off the drop to the side or miss the drop?
I think just off the side of the drop and then go around the left.
Ooh. That's my line, That to stop the trees getting hurt? Yeah. Oh, you actually took something out?
Yeah, a massive stump.
Oh, look at that nugget. Removed.
The big daddy.
Health and safety. So it's literally so wet up here. I'm actually struggling to be able to film. Everything's getting soaking. So I'm not able to really show everything as well as I want. I apologise. But what we're going to do is go down to the woods. I mean, you guys, you've seen most of this before. There's not a whole lot to introduce you to, but let's go look at the new section in the woods. See if it's a bit drier in there, get a chat with some of the people walking. But yeah, it is a minging day. And tomorrow's going to be worse. Looking forward to it. So the woods, usually you can go boom straight on through, but they've gone for the diver around. It's going to slow things down, make things a bit more awkward, maybe open up some more line choice. So this is the woods that they cobbled after the soaking wet World Cup of 2017-16, and they're going to be glad for these rocks this weekend because this would be so muddy. So classic World Cup woods, heads off down there. I mean, it was a little awkward, but a challenge. That's the corner that Gwyn crashed on last year before? But no, we're not going there. We're going here. Check out that slop. At least there'll be good line choice though. There'll be a rut there, and another rut there. Oh, warm.
Fighting gloves, brother.
Jack, do you prefer the track in the wet or the track in the dry? This track in particular.
I like the track better in the wet. It's like grippy up the top.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
I don't like getting this cold.
You don't like getting cold?
Freezing, man.
Yeah.
But nah, yeah, it's like real skatey in the dry out there. But
Yeah.
still.
You'd be used to that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we going here, man?
Oh, that's a good question, eh? So after the middle section, classic woods, we get to the first really interesting bit. Woo! We got a lot of real estate to play with here. There's high lines, there's middle lines, there's wide lines. This is going to be a nice bit to come and analyse during the week. Hey up.
Alright, lad.
God, you're looking tall today. Damn. Are you going to ride a bike, Luca?
Yeah.
Shoulder feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much good as new.
I can't believe you rode in Maribor. Like,
I didn't think it was broken at all.
no.
I was surprised to find out.
Gotta be dumb to be tough.
Yeah. Steve. Put the experience on the line here. Inside or outside in the woods here?
At the moment I'm favouring the inside. I think the outside will, you'll be able to come in hotter, but you're going to pinch up pretty hard down here and not carry much speed out. So I'm thinking take a bit of time up here, set up, and then you'll carry more speed out.
Oof. Science.
We shall see.
Knowledge. This track in the wet or dry?
Dry.
Dry man. Top corners though.
I'd still pick dry.
Yeah.
Ah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All conditions.
Yeah, it's all good. Wish they'd run more on the rocks, but they've put us in a little short section now. But
yeah,
this looks pretty new and tricky, so
yeah.
should be right.
It kind of looks like there's loads of options, but I think
I don't think there will
it'll
be.
just be 2 lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon.
High on the priority list. There's a hefty flow this weekend. Do not go for a drink. They're gonna get wet feet. Once you come popping out of these trees, up over this bridge, you're on the home stretch, the motorway. And if you are brave, you do not touch the brakes until you get to that finish line. Obviously, you hurt your ankle. Was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Something like that?
Yeah, about a week and a half ago.
So I was intrigued to see if you would do a track walk. And you are, which leads me to believe it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too good,
Yeah.
but it's not too bad.
Cool.
At least I don't think. We'll find out tomorrow.
Mm.
Yeah, I kind of thought about maybe skipping it, but it's not really a track walk you want to skip. You kind of got to check this place out. I was
Yeah.
like, if I don't track walk, like, if I'm not at that point, then we're too far off. So,
Cool.
yeah, we survived. Nice, slow and steady, sliding around.
News has been out that the bike went missing. The large bike has gone missing. Does that mean,
Yeah.
are you going to take that as a sign that you should run the XL this weekend?
No.
No.
No, I actually got a new headset. They Works Components made us a special one. I've got
cool.
an extra. We squeezed an extra 3 mil out of that bad boy.
Oh
so
yeah. So was that a 10 mil extension?
It's 9 now.
9. Ooh.
So we are.
That's it.
Large
bang
is
on.
good. I've been riding the large at home with the +6 in it, and feeling good. I was already committed for these 2 races to
Yep.
just go back to the large. But now that we got the extra 3, it doesn't sound like much, but it's a it's a nice
Yeah.
amount. So
It's
I'm
insane how.
I'm
3 mil.
I'm pretty stoked. So I think we'll make that one work for the rest of the year. Now we're super close. So
Perfect. So a fresh frame in the truck.
yeah, we got. I don't remember who brought it. One of the other teams had a brand new large that they weren't using.
Oh right.
And so we got that frame, and we're gonna swap them, and then we used all the parts off my
Have you
XL.
seen the advert that was on a for sale site? I think. last
Yeah,
night.
I had a bunch of people send me one about somebody that posted something and they took it down.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, dude. Like, it blew up way more than we ever thought it.
Yeah, it's like best marketing thing that
It's
shit
insane. I
happens.
was like, oh, it's kind of working out for the best. I got an interview, like a video interview with BBC
No
News
way.
in like 30 minutes. So
Oh yeah, get
they
going
want to
then.
talk about it,
Cra-
so dude, I guess we're
Get down there.
it's working out okay.
These motorway jumps at the bottom are all about keeping low and fast, and I love doing that sneaky line off the edge, but they blocked it off the booter. Yay!
What's up?
Not much, how are you?
I'm good. A bit wet.
Hey Loris,
Yep.
this track in the dry or in the wet, what's better?
Top on the wet, middle on the dry, and bottom on the dry.
Okay.
See ya.
Yeah man. So yeah, that is track walk at Nevis Range. The conditions are obviously a bit minging. I'm sorry that the videoing was maybe not up to standard. It was really hard not to get this camera wet, which it is doing right now. So I'm hopefully going to have a little look around the pit, see what's going on, see if there's any new stuff going on. I'm also going through the pit, so. Some canal you got there. What's you doing, drowning in it, eh?
Give me the look. The look? Like... No, but usually they do it like... Oh, yeah. You see how...
Let's review. delete all of them, man. That's not good.
You think that's going to be a crucial piece for this weekend?
That's gonna be definitely the crucial piece of the week.
What is it? Is that a Mudhugger?
I think so. Look at that. It's right there. I think it's a Mudhugger.
You've customized it though.
Yeah. Because he was touching a bit the compound, and I'm a bit scared.
Oh,
there's gonna be a couple vibration.
do you know the trick with boiling water? Like,
Tell me.
boiling water all over,
Press it.
then when it cools, it opens it up
Ah,
for 29 wheels.
okay. That's a 26 wheel.
You know what? I've not actually asked you about this new bike at all. How do you feel it differs to last year's bike?
The main thing that people like to talk about is going to be the wheels. The main thing that I noticed with the front wheel is my ability to just roll over things with that front wheel. It just sort of like trucks over stuff better than like instead of being like just kind of like, you know. And then as well as grip, I'll come into a corner where before maybe I didn't feel like the best amount of grip, and then I come in with this tire and I feel like there's just a little bit more there. Well, with this wheel size, not this tire.
And you find the linkage doesn't really feel that different compared to the old one?
Last year's bike, I felt a little bit more of a pushing sensation when you were like coming into a corner under hard braking, and with this one, the bike's able to sit a little bit more coming into a corner. And that's something we were looking for on this new bike, and something really cool. Am I allowed to talk about this, Kevin? Yeah?
Yeah, but you're not saying any. No, there's no specifics here.
Yeah. So that's something I noticed right away because I have not the longest legs, so like that feeling of pushing, I notice it because it's like I can feel the bike coming up on me. And with this, I feel like I'm able to like sit more into a corner, get my braking more dialed, and then, you know, get into the corner. Cool. This back wheel, you get the same sensation you get from a 650B bike. You know, you get the quickness. And that was something we tried last weekend, was a 29er in the back, which is a bit interesting. And honestly, when I first rode it in New Zealand, I was really stoked on it. But I didn't have enough hours on it to be like, all right, this is ready to race. And then we tried it last weekend, and I got the same feeling that it's good. But once again, it's hard to just make that switch right away and take that risk coming into a World Cup weekend. So we sort of went with what we knew.
That was something I was going to ask you actually, is, I don't know if you can say or not, but were the times similar on both wheel sizes?
I'm going to be honest, we didn't even get to do back-to-backs because the first day I got here, I was absolutely jet-lagged. And then the second day, it rained, so you couldn't really even compare then. And then the third day, we were going to do the back-to-backs, and then they closed the gondola due to wind. But the feelings there, I think I just need more time to be able to do runs where I'm pushing at 100% because we still don't know what the bike's going to do, or I don't know what the bike's going to do when I get to that 100% output, because that's a different thing than riding 80%. And with this, we already know what that's like. It's race proven, Loic 1 on it, and yeah, getting there, figuring it out.
I am here checking out a bike I've been very excited to see because there's a lot going on. We weren't allowed to look at it. We weren't even allowed to film it till today. So I'm really intrigued. And can you just give us an a little description of what the heck this is?
So this bike is a culmination of a sort of 2-year project, I guess, up to this point. Last year, Simmons rode this bike, rode lots of different competitor bikes, and this is a sort of product of the best parts of each.
We could go so in depth with this, but I think we'll just go over the top of a lot of people's heads. And I mean, if viewers are interested in a real in-depth one, let us know and we can actually do something like going hard at it. But what I want to know, and what really intrigues me, is why do you want to separate the leverage curve of a spring and a damper?
So the whole point is, the way bikes are now, we have a really supple beginning stroke and really progressive at the end of the stroke. And a shock works on shaft speed. The speed sensitive, the dampers, not position sensitive. So if you have a really supple beginning stroke, that translates to very small or low shaft speeds. Yeah. And if you have a really progressive end stroke, then that's very fast shaft speeds. So the shock works on, you can think about high speed compression and low speed compression, and they work within a range of speeds. So you might find if you have a bike that's really progressive, you go outside of that range of sort of speeds that the damper is designed to work with. Therefore, we've separated them, so split them up, so we can still retain that ideal spring curve, but then the damper still starts and finishes in the same place, but compresses at a different speed. a lower sort of range of speeds, and then we retain full control of that damper through the stroke.
So in essence, I think you're saying that it's a very linear damper spring rate, but a progressive spring rate. I think I get it. I think I get it. Now that's really cool, and you've obviously got so many different ways you can tweak it as well. There's about 15 mounting options you're not even using at the moment.
Yeah, so we've got 4 links to change the damper progression, and then we've got where in the top is the spring only, and we've got 3 different links for that. Yeah. So somebody who's good at maths will work out the amount of combinations, but it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Plenty to go at.
Yeah. Oh, really cool. Thanks for giving me a bit more info, and I might be back to get more out of you later.
No problem. I'll make sure I have my notes.
So I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for practice day tomorrow. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe, all that jazz, and yeah, Cathro Vision out. Ross Bell.
Testing.
Look, there's only one shock in that bike, so you need to track it down. I think it's been stolen. I mean, does it work with only one?
It works perfectly well with just one shock.
Oh. So I mean, why was there 2?
Well, it's not 2, it's still 1 shock, but they're just split.
Well, there's clearly 2 shocks in it, so...
But it's only 1 shock. Just like in a fork, you have 2 legs. One leg is your spring leg and one leg is your damper leg. We had 1 spring bit and 1 damper bit.
That's above my pay grade.